Testing 1, 2. And here we are. Hello, 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 hello out there. How's everybody doing today? It is a wonderful day here at Bravo with Sheila. I am just excited about chatting with you today. I just thought maybe I could have a little chat with you guys. I thought it would be a great thing to come on and share with you a little bit about something that I've been thinking about. I know that some people have experienced it, are experiencing it now, right? And will experience it in the ongoing future. And so this is just a pop-up show. I just felt like popping up to chat with you guys. And so here I am. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Sheila Ingram, and I am your host of Bravo with Sheila. This platform was designed for women with women in mind, but everyone is welcome, to help create possibilities for women, to encourage them, to build them up, to push and shove and cause them to get their footing right or continue to walk in their purpose, and knowing that that passion connects with purpose. And everything here is to inspire and to build up. There's nothing that we don't talk about. We talk about things that the church may not want to talk about, but it needs to be talked about. We talk about experiences and things that people have had, and how they were moved from pain to power and from power to victory. So my heart is to, be authentic and to share, be transparent, and to share a lot about what I've been through, about where I'm going. And I know we're all on our way somewhere. We're on a journey. That's right. We're on a journey. We're in different lanes, different countries, different states. Nevertheless, if you woke up this morning, you are on your own personal journey. And so Bravo with Sheila is here just for that, to help give you tools and resources, and to share with you and bring people, to spotlight people on this platform that have moved to certain areas in their life, broken places, happy places. Nevertheless, this is what we're here to do. And today I want to chat with you. But before we do, let's get into it, and just stay right there. Dun, 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 dun. Listen, today is a great day. It's a wonderful day here on the East Coast, wherever you are in the world. I'm hoping and praying that you're having a great day, right? You woke up this morning, so that alone should cause you to kick everything out of your way that is trying to block and stop you. So welcome once again to Bravo with Sheila. I want to chat a little bit with you. Today is just an off day for me to pop on, but I just felt like sharing something that's been on my heart. And so we're going to chat a little bit. I don't think I'm going to be before you long. Hi, Brother Desmond. Thank you for tuning in. And I just want to chat a little bit about some things that, like I said, that certain people have gone through. I know I have. Certain people will go through it, and some folks have already navigated through it. And the topic that I want to talk about, you might have seen it on the thumbnail, is being misunderstood. Being misunderstood is painful. It can be painful. So how do we bear it? How do we bear the burden of being misunderstood by others? Listen, I'm telling you, I have gone through this many, many, many times. And I know that it's an issue. It's something that we need to navigate through, and we need to talk about. Those of you that will see this after the fact, once I leave the YouTube platform, those of you on Facebook, hello, if you're out there, welcome to the broadcast. And so listen, I want to get into it. You know me, I'm a note girl, so I'll be going to my notes, sharing with you some things that I think is very, very important. Very, very, very important. So, yeah, Let's talk about it. Let's talk about being misunderstood. For me, I have been misunderstood almost all of my life. I know you probably say, what? Yeah, yeah, yeah. And when I was younger, I really, really had a problem with trying to understand why people misunderstood me so much when I'm thinking and I thought that I'm approachable. I'm a person that, is an upfront person. But I'm telling you guys that I have been misunderstood on so many levels that it used to trouble my heart so much back some years ago. And I had to really learn and understand what being misunderstood entailed. I had to understand, well, could I have changed something the way I presented something? Then I had to figure out, like, well, what do I tweak, or why should I have to in order for someone else to like embrace what I'm trying to say? But being misunderstood is an issue for many, many people, right? And so being misunderstood takes two people, doesn't it? Let's go to the opening statement that I want to share with you about being misunderstood. Being misunderstood, how to bear the burden of being misunderstood by who? Others, by others. Being misunderstood as a person occurs when an interaction with two people, right, communicates in a way that reveals a different view of one's identity. Listen, that held by the individual. That's held by the individual. Results, right, of studies that they take all the time revealed that both personal and social identities, are misunderstood. With personality, that's a big one. Personality being misunderstood most frequently. We all have different temperaments, we all have different personalities, right? And a lot of times you think that, oh, well, I'm the easiest person to get along with. And then you bump into this situation where you were misunderstood by something you said, by your mannerisms, by how you walked in the room with your presence, by your confidence. People form pictures and already not knowing you, form ideas in their head about what they think you are, how they think you are, just by looking at you. You can be misunderstood without opening your mouth. You can be misunderstood by just sharing from the cup of your life, things that you've gone through. This is an issue, people. This is an issue, women. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an issue, learning how to navigate when you're misunderstood. And so here's something I want to talk about, especially if you're a leader, especially if you're a business owner, especially if you're confident in who you are and you have other people connected to you. You can be really misunderstood. You can say something point blank simple, and all of a sudden 5 people may have received it and got it, and then you can walk away and someone can call you on the side and tell you something contrary to what you thought you said because of how they perceived it. So how do you navigate? What do you do with that type of information? Oh my goodness. Misunderstandings about religious beliefs are especially serious and negative, right? Christians don't want to talk to Muslims. Muslims have ideas about Christians and Buddha. And listen, we are all people. So being misunderstood, even about your belief system, becomes an issue. We know that there are wars as we speak right now about misunderstandings on belief systems in other countries, right? We understand that. And so I wanted to touch on this today because I personally went through this a lot years ago. And from time to time now, I still do. And it still baffles me a bit. Most recently, I want to say a couple of years ago, maybe it's been 2 years, I lost a dear friend that it crushed my heart in pieces because of a misunderstanding, or someone not understanding me, looking at a motive or something that I did and looking at it in the wrong light when that was not in my intent. And no matter what I did, I couldn't fix it. But sometimes there's alternative motives. There's motives, not clear motives behind the intentions of other people that you're talking with or you're in a circle with. Sometimes their motives are not pure, and it can be twisted and turned on how you said something or did something, and they use it for their advantage to gain something from someone in order to cut you off out of that person's life or to cause dissension. Oh my God, I'm telling you, I am telling you, that's an experience that I've gone through before. And like I said, most recently, in the past 2 years, but I had to, allow the Lord to heal my heart and had to stop trying to fix it. I had to stop trying to make it right when I didn't feel I was wrong, but someone heard me or thought I did something in the wrong light. And that wasn't the case. But what do you do when someone doesn't allow you to come back and let's talk about it again, right? I'm about relationships. I love patching up and keeping relationships sound. Money can come and go, but solid relationships are something I feel we should guard. We should guard our relationships that are worth guarding. So listen, let's get into this a little bit. One of the hardest burdens to bear is being misunderstood by other people. All of us at one point or another experience looking into the eyes of another person and realizing that he or she simply just doesn't get it. They don't get it. They just don't get it. Right? They don't see it how we see it. And guess what? They probably never will. Right? So we have to, I don't like to use the word have to. As a counselor, that's a word that we're forbidden to use. It would be nice. It would be nice for us to learn how to navigate through situations like this and try to understand that everyone is not going to get you. Everyone is not going to agree with you. Everyone is not going to, be there for you. I have my dear sister Ine here. How you doing, sweetie? It's so good to see you. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. This is just a pop-up, my sister. It was on my heart. And you probably know why a lot of this was on my heart, because you've been in the same atmosphere that I've been in. And so there's a lot of misunderstandings going on in the YouTube streets. So as I was saying, that many people have dealt with situations where they're misunderstood. They are misunderstood. They believe they said something one way and it was misunderstood, or someone saw it in a different light, or they perceived it in a different way. And again, I believe relationships are worth gold. They're worth more than money. Solid relationships, because it's not really the quantity of time that you've known someone, it's the quality of time. And we have to maintain and have maintenance in our relationships with people, because life happens all the time. Hello, Facebook. Life happens all the time. And so I had this on me, and being a clinical professional counselor, I'm always concerned about the internal person. I'm always concerned about the mental of people, right? I don't have to know you. I know you're alive. If you're alive, I know life is happening. And for me, because I've segued through so much since a young girl, I've segued through so many ups and downs, stepping on landmines and potholes and things like that. I know what it's like to be misunderstood. I'm telling you, years ago, I was misunderstood so much, and I would cry. I couldn't understand. Well, how could that person think that about me? How could that person say that? Hi, Kathy. How are you? Thanks, sis, for being here. Thank you. So I always wondered, like, how could somebody misunderstand me? I'm approachable. I'm a jubilant person. But back years ago, not so much now. I guess not now so much, because my circle is smaller. I'm older. I've learned, I've lived, I've taken the jewels and thrown away the junk. And I've learned how to navigate through people's thoughts about me, right? I stopped renting space in other people's head. But years ago, I had a very hard time, a very, very hard time doing this. I had a hard time, when I would say something or be somewhere and, oh, I cannot believe this. I did it again, guys. I did it again. My cord came out of my computer. Hold on one second. Oh my God, I did it again. One second. I don't know why I keep doing this. Help me, Lord. Multitasking. There. Am I charging? I am charging. Ah, forgive me, forgive me, forgive me. Forgive me, guys. Forgive me. So as I was saying, I had I've been going through this for years. I mean, years. And when I'm telling you, this was like ongoing in my life, and I couldn't understand it. I carried a lot of burden and pain in my heart because I'm not an offensive person, right? And I couldn't understand how I could be in one place or say something and walk away, and it was interpreted total opposite. And so let's go to my second point. How you respond to being misunderstood will be the difference between spending a good deal of time trying to correct other people's perceptions or being free to carry on with your life no matter what others think of you. Oh my God. Listen, listen. Let me say that again. That point right there, that part, as we say. One of the hardest burdens to bear is being misunderstood by other people. All of us at one point or another experience looking into the eyes of another person and realizing that he or she simply does not see us the way we see ourselves and probably will never. Second point, how you respond to being misunderstood will be the difference between spending a good deal of time trying to correct others' perception, oh my God, or misperceptions of being free to carry on with your life no matter what others think about you. And that's key right there. That's key. Learning how to be free in yourself and not giving that much power to someone else and how they perceive you or think of you, right? Because we can't rent space in everybody's head. We just can't do it. It'll just burn you out. You won't grow, right? And you'll continuously be wondering, well, what's wrong with me? When the burden of proof may be on someone else. Kathy says, I know this. Kathy says, I know the feeling. I'm sure all of us knows this feeling. But we rub and push this under the rug like we push so many other things under the rug within our internal heart. And I understand that. Let's see what Ine is saying. Ine says sometimes we have built up such guard that I think we convince ourselves that's who we are, and we work hard to defend it because we feel it keep. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. But and going through this a lot in my life, I had to sit with myself and try to really talk to other people like, well, do you find me this kind of way? I mean, there have been situations where I have had a conversation, for heart to heart conversation, and a week later, after it went through the mailroom, you know how they play mailroom. You say something to somebody puts a stamp on it and delivers it to somebody else. But by the time it gets to someone else, it's not even the way you said it. It might be what you said, but they didn't deliver it the way you said it. So being that you said it, now you can't say, well, I didn't say that. You can say, well, I said that, but I didn't mean it like that. Oh my God, that has happened to me. But then behind the scenes, listen to me. Behind the scenes, I would find out at some point that that person actually set me up to twist what I said so they could gain whatever motive they had for the people they delivered it to. Now you tell me that's not wicked. So I couldn't say I didn't say that. But when it would get back to me, I'd be like, no, yeah, I said it, but I didn't mean it like that. And I always say, well, you know my heart. You should know my heart. We've been friends forever. You should know my heart. Mm-mm. So this is a real tricky situation here, being misunderstood, because even in being misunderstood, you have to be mindful that all people don't have pure motive that is in your circle that you think loves you or cares for you the way that you care for them. What a lesson I had to learn. Let's see what Kathy is saying. She said, I know I also didn't want my feelings hurt to know that I thought these people, or I thought, yeah, was friends. Right, but had another agenda. There's the word, agenda. People people have their own agenda for the craziest things. It's almost like what did they gain? What actually did they gain by trying to sabotage me and another individual, or sabotage my character? This happens so much. And then again, the Lord will put you in positions like this to what? Push out the wheat and the tare. He will cause you to see. He'll sometimes try to show us who we're with, what we're doing. And because of our heartbeat towards people, we keep in that same situation. So the Lord has to upset some stuff in order to get us out of the situation and get away from certain people, places, and things. Kathy has another comment. Sometimes they didn't know that what they were doing bothered you because you never said anything. I let all that had to be about, wow, that is true. That is true. But sometimes, how do you go back to try to fix something that you know you didn't do in the light that it was said that you did it, right? How do you fix that? How do you, because if you're wounded by it, because of words, because of a perception, because of how you express something that you were passionate about, and someone perceived it the way they perceived it, how do you go back and fix that? How do you go back and try to, I know for me, back when this was happening to me often, I mean, this thing was bothering me so much that I couldn't understand. How do they not understand me? I'm so easy. I'm not, even when you put the whole Sheila Ingram piece to it, traveling the world singing, traveling different countries, on radio, on TVs, Midnight Special, Soul Train, Studio 54s, all these incredible places and things that the Lord has allowed me, living in Italy, all these wonderful things that God allowed me to do and be. A lot of times people would misunderstand me. I could not believe this because God had moved me to certain levels, right? And that goes back to, when women, we have to be so mindful who is in our circle, who is in our tribe, because a lot of times you have to move in the lane and you have to grow according to where God is taking you. And a lot of times the people, the friends, the associates, the colleagues, people that are attached to you, they start dropping off by the wayside because where you're going, they can't go with you, or they don't desire to go where you're going on your journey. But inside all of that, there's a whole lot of mess that goes on, right? Oh, she thinks she's this. Oh, you can't talk to her anymore because she's been, Where did you get that from? So people, we have to learn how to navigate through relationships. We have to really save, and really focus on the ones that are pure at heart, that loves you. I put a post on my Facebook page the other day and I said, you don't have to understand me, just love me. Back in the day, people would be beefing about certain things and I would stop them and say, but wait a minute, it's their experience. You don't have to understand. You don't have to like it. You don't have to like how they handled it. Yeah, they might have handled it wrong. They might have handled it wrong, but you could understand how that person got in that position. You can understand it. You don't have to like it, but you can understand how they got there. But sometimes people are ready to just say things, cut you off, and it wounds other people, right? And then it becomes what I call the male. Let's see. We have some other comments here. Let me see what I want to put up. Kathy is on a roll. Let's see what she's saying here. Some people just give you convo to get you involved with something just because you listen. You didn't even say anything, but they had something to go, that's true. Again, that goes back to motives. What is your motive for us having a chat about say it's a situation where women are having an issue. It's a group of women and you're the one people talk to, and it's a chat that you have with one of them. That one person interprets it a certain way and they go mailman with it, put the stamp on and pass it to the next person. Next thing you know, you're in a whole mess connected to something that you had nothing to do with. So that third person that gets the information, that third or fourth person that gets the information, you're totally misunderstood now because they think of you in a different light. They think of you in a different light. I know this kids, I mean, I know people, I know everyone at one time or another has probably gone through this. I know some people like myself have navigated through it. And I know, huh, some folks are about to get into it, are about to get into it. Let's go to another point. Whether those who misunderstand you are strangers or family members, you have to choose. You have to choose what will drive your behavior, your own conscience, or your fear of what others think of you or might think of you. Oh my God. Oh, wait a minute. Let's pause, park. Let hold on. Come on, stop, pause, and reflect. And reflect on that one. Let's talk about that one again. Let's talk about that. Mm. Whether those who misunderstand you are strangers or family members, you have to choose what will drive your behavior, my behavior. What will drive my behavior? The word is conscience. Your conscience, your own conscience, or your fear of what others might think of you. We got to get delivered from what people think about us. I always tell people, turn the voices off. Just turn them off. It's none of your business what they think of you. If your heart is right and your conscience is right. Hi, Sir Hale. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Hey there. Your conscience is what has to speak to you when people misunderstand you, family, friends, whoever it may be. You cannot live in their head. You cannot rent space in their head. You cannot. Because listen to this point. How you respond to being misunderstood will be the difference between spending a good deal of time trying to correct other people's misconceptions of being free to carry on with your own life, no matter what others think about you. You have to be you, and you have to be authentic. You have to be true to yourself. Your conscience will drive you to say the right thing. Now, you will be misunderstood because, again, you have to realize people's motives aren't always pure. When you say something and someone takes it and someone puts a stamp on it, and then they send that letter to someone else, you may have said it, but you didn't say it that way. I just told you I got caught up in that a lot back in the day. I would say, of course, yeah, I had a conversation. I did say that, but I didn't mean it like that. You should know my heart. Nope, wrong, Sheila. I learned such a lesson in this. I had to navigate through people, places, and things and their perception about Sheila Ingram, the singer, Sheila Ingram, the one that the Lord has sent across the world, the singer, the this, the that. Listen, I'm just me walking out my purpose in my journey, but I've been misunderstood on so many levels, and it used to crush me when people used to say things that I didn't say or perceive me to be who I wasn't. But I had to learn. I had to learn that you can't change people, right? So in my own being, I knew for myself, when nothing changes, nothing changes. So I knew something had to shift. If people are not going to shift, guess what? I have to shift. For me, let's go on to one more point. Choose your conscience. It lives inside of you and goes everywhere you go. Tolerating the fact that others believe you are dishonest, unkind, stingy, rude, you fill in the blank. It's not easy for you to lead people to think that about you. Well, go ahead, let them think that I'm all of that. It's not easy for you to let that go because you know you're not those things, right? But what you're going to do about it? How are you going to navigate? How are you going to handle it? It takes a great deal of self-control. Oh my God. Self-control. Not to look at this step. Retrace. Let me go back. Keep going back. Retrace your steps and try to constantly explain yourself so that people might see you the way you see yourself. Park right there. Stop, pause, reflect. People not going to see you as you see yourself. Not the ones that's not pure at heart. That's so big right there. That's so big. Let me say that again. It takes a great deal of self control not to retrace your steps and try to constantly explain yourself so that who you know, people might see you in the way you see yourself. You know your heart. Listen, the Bible says that no one knows the heart of a man but God, right? People, nah, I don't care how many times you trip up, mess up, step on the landmines and the potholes. Nobody knows your heart but God. Yes, I did it, but I didn't mean to. Yes, I said it, but I didn't mean it like that, right? People are going to perceive you the way they choose to. Let's see what my dear sister Inez is saying here. She says, bravo with Sheila. How do you decide when you have extended yourself to too many people? The more people you allow to weigh heavy on you, I believe the more disservice you are. That's healing right there, sis. That's healing right there. The more disservice you do to yourself. Because guess what? I believe in relationship. You know, I'm a relationship girl. I'm a relationship girl. I always say money is cool. I really, I like it because I like nice things. But relationships that are worth saving, you work on them. But Ine, that was so powerful. And you continuously exhaust yourself. And I don't even care if it's family. Family is like relatives if they're not connected to you. I'm sorry, family, there has to be a connection in order. That's why we have so many people outside of our family that we call family, because that's where the connection is. No pun intended to our families. But sometimes you have family all over the place and they're relatives. They don't even know you. They're not embracing you. You love them, but there's no connection. Sir Hale says, that's huge. It is. It is. And it's important to our continuous growth because we're into the people business and we're into continuously trying to pour into people. And no matter what we try, there's always somebody that misinterprets it, misunderstands us, right? And sometimes they just have to fix themselves. They have to fix themselves. Kathy says, yes, authentic. Yes, yes. Sir Hale, I missed this comment. Yes, speaking to Ine. Listen, this is such a serious conversation because, like I said years ago, I dealt with this so much. My heart was in pieces. It broke my heart. I didn't say it. I said it, but I didn't mean it like that. And and calling and could I talk? And they were like, no. And by this time, they played mailman with 10 or 12 other people. So now it becomes what? A rumor, a lie. And I'm sitting home saying that's not how it happened. But now what do I do with that? I had to learn how to navigate through that. Let me hurry up because I'm almost done. It takes a great deal of self-control not to retrace your steps and try to constantly explain yourself so that people might see you in the way you see yourself. But trust me. You'll never finish the race if you do that. You be moving, going nowhere fast. Why? Because people holding you up in your head. You be moving, running this race, and you think you ain't going nowhere because you got to take those layers off. Them folks are not going where you're going. You can love them from a distance. My mama said, feed them with a long handled spoon. Back, I'm dating myself, but that's all right too. Let's do a little points here before I close, before I finish. There are several reasons why you may be feeling misunderstood by people. Number one, you are introverted, shy, reserved, or quiet. Number two, you have a lot of insecurities. You worry a lot about being judged. You overthink everything. You aren't good at, reading social cues. You overuse sarcasm, right? You hold back your true thoughts and feelings and opinions. That's a good one because when we don't say how we feel, Kathy said that, when we don't let people know how we feel, if we don't say like, what did you say? Because sometimes I can misunderstand what someone says and be like, I think they said, well, I should say, well, can you repeat that, please? Sir, can you say that again? Right? Be clear, right? You have a hard time being yourself around others. Well, you can get that spirit on you by always being misunderstood. You can have this drawback spirit because of what people say or think about you. That's why we have to get delivered from what I say, turn off the voices, get delivered from people, right? Love them, love who loves you. You don't have to understand me. Just love me because I'm made different. I'm wired different from you, right? Okay. You aren't sure who you really are. That's another one that people struggle with trying to, those are people pleasers who always want to please somebody to be accepted. These are things that a lot of different people deal with. Let me see what Sir Hale is saying here. When we fear being judged, we also limit ourselves from being, ooh, that's huge. That's true. That is so true. Mm-hmm. That's a big one. Definitely, Sir Hale. That's a big one. So, if you have something to say, it's up to you to ensure that the person you are delivering your message to have understood what you said, right? Because sometimes you can have a conversation and say it real clear. You can say it like one time, two times, three times. They still could walk away and handle that thing the way they want to handle it based on their motive and what they're trying to do with what you said. Sometimes people are jealous of relationships you have with people they want relationships with, but they end, but they want to be your spot. That is so crazy to me. I've dealt with that too. People fighting to be number one with me. Give me a break. We all together. It's no number one, two. Now, yeah, we do have our number ones and twos, but when you treat everybody equal, right? Everybody lovely. But I've had people sabotage relationships that I had with others because they wanted to be closer to that person than I am, or close as I am. I think that is so crazy. I think it's crazy. But the insecurities of people will have them do many things. I'm just so glad that I work on and I always keep my heart right. Always, always, always. I never let my heart get bitter. I've been through some stuff, but my prayer life is so strong. And that's why my heart, I have to, out of the issues of our heart, what flows everything, right? The seat of the emotion is our heart. So you got to constantly guard your heart. Get that stuff off of you. Get that junk out, because it manifests and it manifests and it manifests. You got to stop being concerned about what they said, how they said it, and what they're doing with it. Because as long as you know that you've done what is right or what you felt was good, then that's what you go with. That's what you rock with. Look at this. And this will be the end. At the same time, if you've spoken to, no, I think I skipped something. If you have something to say, it's up to you to ensure that the person you are delivering your message to have understood what you said. You do this by asking a few questions, like checking to make sure that they understood what you said. At the same time, if you're being spoken to, it's up to us to ensure that we understand what's been said. And if anything is said that you're not 100% certain about, what you need to do, we need to fix it, find out, understand, because it's crucial. The simple answer is when one or both parties don't ensure that they have the same idea of what was spoken about or what decision was made. If a misunderstanding does happen, there's some stages to handle it. And let me close with this. Ask for permission to discuss the situation. Ask questions and really listen to the answers. Find the source of the misunderstanding and correct it. Now, that's key, because that may take a little digging. Because if people don't want to open up, listen, you ain't got to spend an hour there trying to just keep going around the mulberry bush in the circle, because you're coming to get peace, you're coming to get closure, and you're doing your part. You're trying to get the understanding, but I didn't say throw yourself under the railroad track or something. Okay, let's see here. Kathy said, good words, sir, but we got to know if it's worth it. It might cause more work and a problem. Save the words for people who care. We have to protect ourselves. That's true, but sometimes we have to open ourselves up, I believe, in order to get to where we're trying to do. And we have to, at that point, we're vulnerable. That's a good point, but we do have to be vulnerable at times. Let's see what my sis is saying. This is so helpful. This is fellowship. I thank you so much, sis. This is everything I do is from that space, from my heart. It really is. It really is, because healing on every level, sometimes it's a deep cleansing we need. Sometimes it's just a little layer that's laying the mildew we need. We done did some work, but we need the little mildew got to come off, right? We got to get that little foam off, right? And sometimes it's deep cleansing, right? Sometimes it's a detox, right? Whatever it is, all we do is wake up, check ourselves, and just keep trying to fix, keep trying to tweak it, just keep tweaking ourselves, right? Don't let somebody else come along and try to tweak for you. You tweak you, right? You could take criticism and all that, but you tweak you, because sometimes people got a whole different picture of who you are, and you know who you are. Thank you for being here, Sylvia Hannah. Thank you so much. And I thank you for that comment. It's all about us evolving and learning how to navigate through this thing called life, right? And because we're in relationship with people on different levels, different colors, different cultures, and to be this beautiful flower, God wants our heart to be like a garden so he can walk through the garden of our hearts. And when we got clutter in it, when we have pain in it, when we have misunderstanding in it, when people try to size us up to be who we're not, we have to learn how to navigate through it. It's just about navigating, because we can't fix it. We can't fix it all. We just can't. It's impossible, right? We can't rent space in other people's head. We can do the best that we can do. Kathy says, got that right. And that is so true. So, number 2, ask questions and really listen to the answers. Number 3, find the source of the misunderstanding and correct it. Number 4, check that understanding has been reached and the emotion dealt with. Ooh, I can't park there. Listen, we'll be here too long. We need a part 2. I think Sir Hale need to pick up this topic and run with this, because this platform, this is that stuff they deal with. Check the understanding has been reached and the emotion dealt with, right? Because people hide behind emotions. I'm okay. I'm all right. You sure, sis? You sure, brother? You got, no, we good. We good. You know how we do, our people. We good. I'm good. I'm good. Turn around a week later, 3 days later, and you'll be like, wait a minute, but he walked away and said he was good. Be good if you're good. If not, work it out. Sometimes it takes more than one lunch. Sometimes it takes more than one walk in the park and chat. Sometimes we need a round table just to chit chat a little bit, make it real informal, right? People, a safety net, because I am a believer of sharing my emotions and being vulnerable with safety people, with safe people. Listen, let's not talk about the people in the church not being safe, because I don't bash church. I don't bash that, but church experience is different from so many people. And I think I've told you guys, I'm going to do this church hurt broadcast real soon. I just want to make sure my heart is in the right place, but the people that I bring on the platform with me, I want their hearts to be in the right place to talk about church hurt, right? Because there are many people who are out in the outer courts of churches because they've been wounded. They've been wounded by the church, right? And so I want people to understand it's about the relationship with God, not about the church building, but they need restoration to come back into the fold so that God can continue to push them into, where they're going. That was just a little side thing that just popped up. Yes, Sir Hale. Yes. So this last one is confirm that this understanding is now in place and move forward. Let's keep it moving. You got to keep moving. Keep it moving. You must keep it moving. Kathy says we need to understand to try to be the best human being. Yeah, because that's what we're here. We were born to be connected to God, but we were born for each other. We were born to care for each other. We were born to give a kind word to each other. We were born to restore, to help, to say something. And when something's broken, to care enough to try to go back and fix it, but don't give your whole being, just don't exhaust your whole strength, because sometimes people will drain you and some people will stay where they want to stay and they will never move from that place because they're comfortable there and people are afraid of the unknown. So they'll stay in a broken place. I've even talk to people who reject love so much. They want love, but they reject it because it feels strange. Love feels strange to them. Brokenness and heartache and pain feels normal, but love feels strange. Oh my, that's deep right there. So I had a really good time. I tell you, this was a midday jump on. It was, when it get on me, when it drop on me, I got to get it off. When it drop on me, I just got to get the thing off of me. And I'm just happy we had a nice little chat. All of you to stop by. Listen, it's been awesome. Awesome. Sir Hale is here. Kathy, go subscribe to Sir Hale and Nay. All of the people on here that have YouTube channels, please go subscribe and hit like. Sir Hale is trying to get to his 1,000. He's probably short around 20 now, because earlier he was only short 150, I think. So so go on over there and hit love your show. Oh, thank you so much, Sergio. God bless you so much. I'm so happy that you stopped by. Listen, guys, it's been an awesome time with you. I'm telling you, I have to run now because I have some other things I really want to do. So remember, when nothing changes, and you have to what? Keep it moving.